She's got a lot of personality for being so young. And she's just the sweetest and happiest little girl that you'll ever end up meeting.
She is a little bit of a sassy pants, a little bit of a daddy's girl.
Every person that she ends up seeing, she gives big old smiles, big waves.
She's got her few words like mama, dada, ball, oh wow, because apparently my wife and I say oh wow a lot. My wife Bree, she and I finally settled down together in Rapid City, South Dakota, decided to have a kid. Had a few inclinings that there might be something, that could be a problem with Juniper when she was just getting developed. And I started to realize that she just wasn't growing very fast. A week later is when Bree was diagnosed with preeclampsia, and she got admitted to the hospital.
After I started seeing maternal fetal medicine, it was probably 1 week into me seeing them when they told us that they'll be surprised if she makes it to 28 weeks based on her size and how slow she was growing. I was having labs checked regularly, and it was that morning that they had checked her ultrasounds and had concerns that maybe her flows weren't doing as well. It was at that point my obstetrician canceled her clinic that morning and said, well, we're gonna do your urgent C-section at 8 a.m. Terrifying, absolutely terrifying. At 25 weeks with her being born under a pound, it was scary. They're talking about, well, if we can get her intubated, she has a chance of living. It was probably a good few hours before I could even see her for the first time. It's pretty hard to describe, not even knowing, how she's doing, not even knowing what she looked like, never hearing her cry. She was tiny. She's very fragile. Her arms are probably the size of my pinkies. Juniper had been, back in Rapid City for about 2 weeks before she had a bowel perforation, had to get emergently transferred to Children's Nebraska.
Then we got shipped down here, and my wife, Bree, did the flight down, and I packed up the car and drove down.
Our decision to get transferred to Children's Nebraska, we are so thankful for. It seemed like they were very comfortable with kids her size, and it was actually pretty close to Mother's Day, so they said, how'd you like to hold your child for the first time? It took a team of 4 or 5 nurses, someone rolling the chair behind me, and you had someone holding her endotracheal tube, one person holding her, one person moving her ventilator, then you had to get taped to everything, and then she just fits into about spot this size, right on my chest.
I was glad to be going to a place that had everything. So I love my hospital, I love Rapid City, but there's just certain specialties they don't have, and we knew there was a long course in front of us.
Juniper was in the hospital for 314 days, and only 6 weeks of those were not in Omaha. While we were here, we were very, very grateful and able to stay at the Rainbow House. It was perfect location, right across the street from the hospital. Always had Travis, saying hi to us every single time and checking in on Juniper, and it really just helps you not have to worry about everything else. You can have a comfortable place to sleep. You're close to the hospital in case of an emergency.
Having the Rainbow House here helps you to be able to just have the emotional bandwidth to take care of probably the single worst situation in your life.
You can do your laundry. So I was pumping at the time, and there's breastfeeding facilities for pumps, there's breast milk storage, everything that you could possibly need. Being a mom overall, and then a mom to a medically complex child, it's changed every part of me. Having had to wait 314 days to being able to bring your child home is you appreciate every small little thing and every small little milestone. When I go back and I think of the day that she was born and the days before she was born where we didn't even know she was going to make it, and then I, look at her playing with a little brush and, putting water in her mouth and walking around and saying mama, it makes us cry. I think it's very important to be able to support the Rainbow House. You're going through some of the worst points in your life. You're questioning whether your child's even going to make it, or even if you're just here for a follow-up. Rainbow House is a true home away from home, and it provides a comfort for being able to have a place to sleep, shower, make a home base when you're out here.
They're just trying to take care of people who are having a really bad time themselves. There's very little in the world that's as altruistic as something like this.